Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films, the Star Wars Timeline Gold, etc., bringing you a look at another Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars RPG item. This is for Fantasy Flight Games' first Star Wars RPG, Edge of the Empire, not Age of Rebellion, the one that's coming out right around this time. This is the Jewel of Yavin. It is, as it says on the bottom, an adventure module, very much like Beyond the Rim. So finally another adventure for Edge of the Empire. Now this one is a hardback, it's about 100 pages, it's going to run you $30 retail, give or take. Going to be about $20 if you buy through Miniature Market or anywhere else that offers you a discount to make up for some of the shipping costs to purchase these things. Now first off, thing to note about this, it's called the Jewel of Yavin. Yavin 4 plays pretty much no role in this story. It's because the Jewel of Yavin is a Coruscant gem from the Yavin system, found in a temple on Yavin 4, but that gem is just the target of a heist story, hence the Twi'lek lady here going down and rappelling on a rope. It actually takes place all on, as you can sort of guess perhaps from what's behind her here, it all takes place on Cloud City on Bespin, not on Yavin. So if you're looking for a jungle action adventure, this ain't it. Okay? Now, what you get here is a cool new scenario. Essentially, there's this guy named Aaron Shin. He used to run a subsidiary of the Bank of the Core. And he got screwed, basically. There's this guy named Maris Grayson. He was an Imperial bureaucrat. And Grayson wound up losing a whole bunch of money. He ran a business venture. Hey, look, there's Lando. He ran a business venture, and it wound up blowing up on him, essentially. I'm looking for a picture of Aaron Shin here to show you. He lost a whole bunch of money. He was about, there he is there, or Maris Grayson at least. He was about to go broke. And when he was about to go broke and wind up owing a lot of money to that bank, he decided, you know what, I don't feel like paying that money back. And the end result was that he basically not only stiffed them out of the money that was owed, he also basically brought up false allegations of treason against that branch of the bank, and all the bank's assets were seized. There's Aaron Shin there and his daughter Eris. And in the process, the bank was, again, like its assets were temporarily frozen down, and that basically ruined the Shin family. So now it's 10 years later, somewhere within about a year or so after the events of A New Hope, and Maris Grayson has come into possession, thanks to the Imperial Senate, about the same time as he screwed over the Shins, of this Coruscant gem called the Jewel of Yavin. He intends to auction it to get some serious cash. And as a way of getting payback, Aaron Shin here basically wants you and your team of various RPG characters from Edge of the Empire to go through and not only get in there to steal the gem, he wants you to infiltrate the auction, convince the different bidders to keep bidding up the price to really gouge price-wise whoever it is that finally buys the thing at the auction, then divert the funds computer-wise by slicing into the computer system. Instead of having the money go from the winning bidder to Grayson, have it go to Aaron Shin or somewhere else to screw over the winner, and then steal the gem and get the heck out of there. It's an interesting little story here, kind of a heist caper with a bunch of bits and pieces that can be done in a different order. But your main acts there are Odds and Opportunity, which is Episode 1. You got The Greatest Caper, Episode 2, and Escape to the Clouds, Episode 3. But it all takes place there on Cloud City and involves some interesting characters. You got the Shins, you got Maris Grayson, Lando Calrissian shows up. You get an origin of Lawbot in here, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of an interesting background on him. Lots of information about Cloud City and Bespin in general, the Ugnaughts and so forth, different Baron administrators, different people who are at the auction and their organizations. A Jedi in hiding named Aleza. Not a lot of Jedi in Edge of the Empire at this point, but there is one. An Imperial Security Bureau spy going under the name of Zekra, Full, at least to begin with. Kind of a cool little tale here. Not a lot of interesting background information. Doesn't build the universe all that much, but it does add some to Cloud City and the characters there, like Lawbot. Otherwise, set up pretty much similarly to what we got with Beyond the Rim. What they highlight here is it's a multi-part heist of a lifetime for both seasoned and starting characters. Sort of. It's for seasons characters, and it suggests for starting characters to do some things as far as changing some of the information they give you and tweaking it downward. New and familiar adversaries and vehicles from the famous Wing Guard to the Courier-class Star Yacht, as well as all new vehicle customizations, an in-depth gazetteer for game masters to run campaigns on Bestman's Cloud City, detailing the tourist district, port town, and industrial levels, etc., etc. No new species, however, this time around, which is of note because a lot of these materials do introduce new species into the mix. So, an interesting adventure, a fun heist caper if you got some characters that are essentially thieves and whatnot. You got some chase sequences, you got some intrigue, you got some actual theft, you get some computer slicing, nice little mix there. But if you're not a fan of Cloud City as a setting, then this isn't going to be for you. If you're not into the idea of being big-time thieves, this probably isn't the adventure for you. But otherwise, it is a pretty good one, and only the second big one we've gotten outside of Beyond the Rim, so it might be one to check out. Again, $30 retail, $20 with miniature market discounts and elsewhere for Edge of the Empire.